coming at you live from the Eastern Shore Arena, where we have our first ever Junior A lacrosse game in Eastern Shore between the Dartmouth Bandits, the Sackville Wolves. What do you expect tonight, Smitty? We got a big game.
It's going to be a big one here, Mitch. I think at the start of the year, everybody expected these two to be here. A repeat of last year's final. But what's more exciting about this one is it's a best of 3, not best of 5. So every single game matters, puts you one away from elimination. So excited to see how it goes. I'm also excited to see how the Bandits react in not Shearwater, which is their home rink, which puts it in a neutral site, which will be interesting to see how they respond to a different atmosphere that they're used to.
Great point, Smitty. Dartmouth is very comfortable at home in Shearwater. What are we going to see here? Which is almost essentially like a road game for them, not being at home. I have to think that plays in favor for the Wolves.
I have to agree with you. I mean, when you have your own dressing room with your own stalls, your own colors, those words on the wall, win and courage and everything, and you walk into a dressing room that isn't it feels like you're on the road. It's a different feeling. So I'm interested to see how the Wolves respond, because it is definitely going to be, or how the Bandits respond, and it is an advantage to the Wolves, I think, in this situation for game one. So these two have been like so close all season, so I'm excited to see this one. Looks like we're about to start our opening ceremonies here, so we'll just take a few minutes as they do that.
Perfect.
I guess for those people who are watching as we get ready here, one of the things that ECJHL has really taken on in the last couple of years is truth and reconciliation around our Indigenous players and people within as being all treaty people. And we start every ECJHL game off with a land acknowledgement, and second comes up the honor song, because this is the first year we've had that in every game. So I'm just going to be quiet for a minute as we go through this.
Welcome to the Eastern Shore Community Center for game one of this best of 3 East Coast Junior Lacrosse League Final Series. This is exactly the Sportwheels Wolves and the Dartmouth Junior Bandits. And now, lastly, please rise to be able to move your hats and tags for awards for Indigenous Director, followed by the Big Honor Song in Ode Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Prior to the singing of our national anthem, the ECJLL would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people, acknowledging that we are in the body
I tell you, Smitty, there's not too much that gets my blood pumping like native drum music. I tell you, before a lacrosse game, it gets you going, that honor song.
I got to agree with you. And just to mention there, the land acknowledgement is done by Steve Morrissey, who's the father of Dakota Morrissey on the Dartmouth Bandits. And the honor song is actually sung by Brian Knockwood, a former Mi'kmaq warrior, Bryson Knockwood. So great as we continue to honor the past and honor our Indigenous players. Each team has an Indigenous player, and we played at every single ECJHL game started this year as part of our Truth and Reconciliation. And you'll also notice that each player is wearing the Mi'kmaq flag decal on their helmet, again, to acknowledge the land that they play on. So,
initiative brought forward by the Indigenous Lacrosse Players Association, if I'm not correct, or if I'm not mistaken, correct?
100% right. And it's Billy Julian and Aiden Piero and Austin Hepworth have been doing some great work to try to develop Mi'kmaq lacrosse and Ilnu lacrosse in Nova Scotia. So ECJL has bought right into that and excited about it. So
fantastic job with the IPLA boys, and we are just underway here as it looks like we have Chris Bungay taking the draw against Chris DePlacy, two tough-nosed, hard-nosed individuals. Chris is a little older later on in his career, whereas Mr. Bungay is just starting that out. We've got Sackville going from right to left, and Dartmouth coming from right to left.
this is actually Chris' 6th year in the league, as this year league extended to 22-year-olds with the lost year. So Chris is in his 6th year. Oh, looks like we got an early call here.
Quick dump by Brady Crossley. They're going to go right to the power play to start this period. As we have Mark Seward of Bishop's University busting that ball down the far side, takes an ill-advised tough angle shot on goalkeeper Ashton Brown. He's going to eat that up all day.
Ill-advised, Mitch. He's a defensive player. He's actually the 2019 Defensive Player of the Year. So I guess that's 2 years because we didn't have a season last year. So
fair enough. And if I'm not mistaken, he's done his career at Bishop's University, a good 4-year career for Mark Seward there. A couple other Wolves there still at Bishop's, Mitchie Broussard and
Ian Connors.
Ian Connors, the great goaltender Ian Connors is. Sackville works the ball around the perimeter. It's back to 23 there, Mike Anthony. He pushes it up top to Carrigan. Back to Anthony. Anthony finds down low. He's going to back to Anthony. Anthony with Malette getting a quick stick on that, breaking it up for the Wolves. Wolves with 6 seconds left, take a shot. That's a reset shot. Bandits pick the ball up, can't put a fork in it. And it's going to be Carrigan getting that ball back for Sackville Wolves.
You can't give these guys too many second chances, Mitch.
Absolutely not, especially at this level. As Sackville, as we have, as they say, play the whistle. As Sackville, we get a quick buzzer here. Sackville, 15 seconds. Carrigan moves the ball around the perimeter, dropped by Connor Dennis, the newly acquired Connor Dennis, right before the deadline, picked up by from the Mi'kmaq Warriors by coach and general manager there, Jay Titchmarsh.
And let me tell you, Jay, that was right at the deadline. I think I got that email about 1 minute before midnight.
And what a great pickup, a strong pickup late to really bolster that left side without Mitch Broussard out there.
You know, at first I was a little surprised at the deal, but then finding out that Mitch wasn't going to be able to play in the playoffs, I mean, it's a smart move by Jay to strengthen that left side.
Absolutely. Newly appointed captain, Alex Bouchard, just can't get the handle on it. A tenacious player Alex Bouchard is. No doubt that former captain Mitch Broussard made a great choice passing the letter on to him.
100%, so that's a great choice and a great defensive leader. And Mitch, on Thursdays, he's actually heading back to the U.S. to continue his NCAA career, where he plays long pole down in the States.
Perfect. Anthony with the ball now. Keaton Brown with the ball, can't come up with it for the Bandits. It's going to be a loose ball battle here. Chris DePlacy has the ball in his feet, trying to draw that loose ball push. Picked up by Brady Crossley, almost a back in, and they are going to call that back in.
That was a close one, but obviously in lacrosse, you can't go back inside your crease. It looks like they've reversed that call there and gone back with the Bandits. So they assumed the player had the ball and went back into his crease, but it was reversed on that call there.
Big shot from the outside by Cody Carta-Bomersine.
We're back to 5-on-5, Mitch.
We are 5-a-side lacrosse, the best lacrosse in town. Here we go. It's the young St. Margaret's Bay product, Matt Duggan, with the ball now. Pushes it to Ben McKay, who's had a great career in Sackville so far. Alfie West over to Carrigan. Carrigan can't find the handle. That's big Simon Lassaline all over him. And Nathaniel Wotton comes up with the ball. Carrigan's all over Wotton. Wotton drops it. It's going to roll back into the crease. Not getting a back in on that one. Smart play by Wotton. Bungay with the ball at the mid-floor. He's going to wait for his help.
I got to say, Mitch, the Dartmouth, and every year I've seen them, always has two huge defenders that just mark that crease very well.
And you know what? They're not just big bodies. They're smart defenders back there. And Tyson steps into a shot off the post as Cox got a piece of that, just enough to keep it out.
It always reminds me of the Toronto Rock back in the day when I used to watch them with Dan Lattiser and Terry Bullen. Two big boys who just stood back there whose job was to knock people out, pick up the ball, and work it to the O.
Certainly made Bob Watson's job easy back then. Old Whipper getting a shout out here. I'm sure he's watching.
I'm sure he's checking into this.
Finger on the pulse, does Bob Watson. Sackville works the ball again around the perimeter. Tough D by number 4, the captain for Dartmouth, Brett Draper. Eating up important time. Steinberg picks up the ball for Dartmouth. He's going to make the safe play. Finds some room. Finds Keaton Brown up top. Keaton down to Draper. Draper waits for the O. Back to Jordy McKenna. Jordy thinks otherwise, but he's dumped by big number 4 there, Jack Dulong.
You know, Mitch, Jack just played with the Team Nova Scotia Canada Games team and was, I believe, MVP of the tournament.
That's right.
For just winning the Nelson Cup.
Him and trainer McCulloch for the Dartmouth Bandits as we got some action here.
Wow, what a stop there. What a stop.
Tell you, a big save by Cox to keep this a 0-0 game. And after that, a big save and a broken play leads to a big goal by the Dartmouth Bandits as Brett Draper cleans up the garbage in front of the Wolves net there. And we got a 1-0 Bandits lead with 10:32 left in the first.
I think that's important for the Bandits to get on the board first. They've been notoriously slow starters, and being able to get in there early has been great. I've kind of been noticing that both sides look a little nervous here, having some challenges trying to pick up the loose balls. I think the finals are getting a little excited about it. So it's interesting to see who's going to be able to calm down first.
Well, you know, I think in order to win this series, you have to have 10 toes down, and you got to be committed for 60 minutes, all 4 quarters. We'll see if Sackville can hang with, because Dartmouth has some incredible athletes. You look at, you got Jordy McKenna, who's a Quebec Major Junior Hockey League player with the Halifax Mooseheads. He also won a Minto Cup with the Orangeville North.
I was about to say the Minto Cup.
Yeah, like talk about athletic pedigree. You got Dakota Morrissey. You got, you just have so many problems on that Dartmouth team to deal with. It's tough for any D.
Both sides have some unbelievable offensive weapons.
Very true.
And I think it's really going to come down to the defense of who's able to, step up in that kind of thing. I mean, you look at the Wolves there, you got Zach Carrigan, you got Connor Dennis, you got Ben McKay, and I think Ben McKay is actually one of the underutilized guys on the Wolves, and that, when the offense runs through him, you see a lot happening. So
every lacrosse player you talk to, and we both talk to a lot, they're always talking about Ben McKay on Sackville. It's always like he's the most, I don't think it's fair to say that he's underrated because everybody knows now, but he's just not that, he deserves more respect than he gets in this league because he's a fantastic player. As we got a broken play here at the mid-back. Wolves come up with it. As that is Ty Wheatley with the ball here as he's going to wait for the rest of the offensive set to get on the floor. Duggan with the ball now. Duggan also coming off that Nelson Cup performance as well. As well as Seamus McKay, Trainer McCulloch, Seamus Locke, Ashton Brown, Keegan Horn, a couple of, a lot of, I think that speaks for both of the futures of these programs.
I was about to say, the ECJHL future looks really bright with these guys already lighting it up.
Our ECJLL lacrosse future is certainly bright with a lot of young talent. And speaking of talent, here's Brett Draper with the ball here. Brett, most recently drafted by the Halifax Thunderbirds of the National Lacrosse League. Jordy McKenna steps into a shot. Beautiful block by the defender. That's Ryland Baird. Spent some time in Ontario, did Ryland.
He was with the Northman Junior B as well.
He was actually, and then he was acquired by a trade with the St. Catharines Spartans, and I know this because I was coaching the Spartans when we traded for him.
Home of a Connor Aquano, I believe.
Absolutely, actually. Connor went in that trade You know, we were hoping that we would give Connor a better shot at a Founders Cup that year, sending him to sending him to Orangeville. Sackville now with a full 30 and time to work. The ball in Connor Dennis's stick. Connor takes it down low. Coming back, looking for a pick on him. Finds Anthony Ring up top. And that's going to be off Brown and into the crowd. And we're going to have the Wolves ball with a new 30.
Wolves taking the ball in the corner.
That's Alfie West with it there. Big screen by over to Carrigan. And that's a ball down. It's going to be picked up by number 4, Jack Dulong. Over to Anthony. Ball down. Chris Malette now with the ball as the Bandits look to transition into something. Has Steinberg ahead. Is he going to keep?
2-on-1 here.
He keeps and he scores. As Chris Malette looks off Steinberg, takes it to the hoop himself.
You got to love when a defenseman scores. They just go absolutely crazy. They don't get that many opportunities. No. That was awesome by Chris.
And that's the thing. The guy works so hard, he deserves to get on the score sheet and not just the penalty minutes column.
And you know, Mitch, that play was like literally built from the defense, and they're just not letting the Wolves in the middle of the floor at all and making them work from the outside down the lanes. And then everything that comes up, they're picking it up and going the other way. Their defense has been tenacious, I would say, in the first 7 minutes of this game. There's 7 minutes left in the first quarter here.
And that's the thing. The Dartmouth Bandits know that they're not going to make anything easy on anybody. But like you said earlier, they're a fourth quarter team because they have that skill. They have that kind of, they like to keep things interesting. And I always said, a good coach once told me, if you let a team stay in a game, they're going to think they're in that game. And if they think they're in that game, they're going to believe they're in that game. And you can't have anybody believing they're in a game with you.
It's all about believing in this game, right?
Absolutely.
Believing in heart.
McKenna back to Dakota. Dakota with a slick little behind the back pass back to McKenna. McKenna can't find Bomber on the crease. Dakota comes up with the loose ball over to Bomber on the right side. Bomber can't handle it. Picks that ball up with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Got to do something quick here. He's going to cut to the middle. No shot there. As we got great D by the Sackville Wolves, shutting down that potent Dartmouth O. Seaward with the ball on the left side now.
Watching the Bandits offense with McKenna in there is just unbelievable. He just takes them to another level.
Jordan, so in a province full of, we've got a lot of good lacrosse players that have come out of this province. I have to say Jordan McKenna might be the best offensive lacrosse player I've ever seen come out of this province. And this isn't even his first sport. This is his second sport. Talk about a multi-sport athlete.
You got a penalty coming here to the Bandits. Looks like it was checked from behind.
Carrigan steps into one. Misses wide.
Now, as they make the call, Mitch, one of the different rules that we added this year in the ECJHL is that normally once you've taken a shot, the play would be blown down, but we're making sure that the defense actually has full possession before it's gone down. That obviously the 30 ran out, but it gives the offense multiple chances to put it in the back of the net.
And I think that's the right thing to do. We're aligning ourselves with the National Lacrosse League, and that's where we want these kids to be, and I think that's just, it'll dress for the job you want, in my opinion, and we got to dress like we want these kids in the National Lacrosse League.
I think you're right. With Brett Draper going in the draft the last time, I mean, a lot of these kids are looking up to that, and the Halifax Thunderbirds being here, we want to make sure we give these kids the opportunities and play like they're going to play when they're there. So,
speaking of, sorry to interrupt there, but speaking of Brett Draper, he just took 2 minutes for the cross check, as he's going to sit down as the Sackville Wolves are on the power play for the first time tonight, and they look to draw at least one goal closer to that 2-goal lead. Connor Dennis with a soft shot on Ashton Brown. Ashton Brown eats that up, finds Brady Crossley in the crease. Crossley to Wotton on the far side. Wotton, the big body defenseman, gets caught by Carrigan, pushed against the wall, but he finds a way in. Finds a lane as he drags that ball deep, and he's going to kill off some valuable time off this power play as this team's giving him some love. Wotton tried
over there.
Oh, a Seaward. He's going to do the right thing and wait for that power play to get on the floor. As Wotton.
When you got offensive players like both these teams, you're definitely waiting until the O comes back on.
Absolutely. They know that both teams are smart enough to know that they want their best against their best.
Exactly.
That's how they're going to beat Dartmouth, is by getting their offensive set out there and letting them go to work with as much time as possible. But an ill-advised shot late is going to go the other way, and it's going to be a Bandits ball.
Again, another rule in the ECJHL that we added, similar to the NLL. Once you've crossed center, the ball can't go back over. So as that was a back over call, shot went wide and went back over the center line. You'll see a center line down the middle of the floor. All part of some of the changes that they made this year.
Steinberg with the ball for the Dartmouth Bandits now trying to kill that clock as Sackville sends a double on him. Oh, a beautiful strip by number 2. Sam Humphreys, a great play on the veteran Steinberg to get that ball back for Sackville in a crucial time. And he finds Carrigan out front. Carrigan finds the back of the net off of a beautiful, beautiful effort by Sam Humphreys.
Now, again, second goal in a row. That's all the defense. Sam Humphreys steals that ball from Steinberg, goes down in the corner to Rag, and they double team him and forget about the man coming off the bench on a quick change by the Wolves. And Carrigan's all alone, who's the top scorer in the ECJHL this year. Not a man you're going to want to leave in front of your goalie.
And that's absolutely right. Carrigan is a lethal lacrosse player. You cannot give him those opportunities. He's going to find that mesh as he does down in the NCAA. As we got a big open floor collision between Whitford and Crossley as neither of them take a backward step. Morrissey finds Draper fresh out of the penalty box. Draper comes back with a beautiful outside shot. And he's saying, right there, he's saying, sorry for that penalty, boys. I'm going to get that back. And that's what a captain does. And, he's in fine form for Halifax Thunderbirds training camp. As I know he is ready for that. He's excited for that.
We'll make sure we send that tape to the Thunderbirds there with that goal. That was a beautiful shot.
No mercy of Kersey's going to get a hold of that one.
Beautiful transition. Teams are having a hard time picking up the guy coming off the bench. That's 2 now that they've missed the guy coming off the bench late and getting that outside shot and putting it in.
Exactly. Don't make him do it a third time.
No.
As we got a loose ball off a faceoff. And they're battling out is the draw team for Dartmouth and Sackville. Still cannot find a handle on it. As Crossley. Now Dakota Morrissey finally getting it for, and Chris Duplessis coming up. Nobody can really find a handle on that ball and get some space. As Duplessis finds Carrigan, and Carrigan's going to wait for help. Ben McKay with the ball here on the right side. Alfie West sets a little pick for him. And a switch on the defense by Dartmouth. So they're moving this ball well is Sackville. Lost that in the middle. And Bungay is going to start the ball here for the Bandits.
Wolves have had a hard time hitting the net in the first here. They got to get that on the net.
Yeah, they got to make things hard. Ashton Brown's a great young goalie. You're going to have to make it hard on him.
In front of that Dartmouth defense and Ashton in there, you're going to have to take some quality shots to beat him.
Great feed by Seamus Locke to find Steinberg on the crease, but cannot find the back of it. As we have big number 22, that's Tyler Puma on a breakaway. What a beautiful goal. That's an effort, a second effort goal. And it looks like we're going to have a penalty.
I think we got one coming too, Mitch.
Yeah, it looks like a checking from behind. Probably going to be a 4-minute, 2 minutes wiped out by the goal and served 2 minutes. Is that?
I think, well, if it's 4 minutes, that's what he's going to get. He's going to get an extra 2 and 1 waved off by the goal, which I think is what they're calling.
I do think so. Let's see.
It's number 88 for Dartmouth.
That's Cody Carta-Bomersine. Bomber, as I like to call him, an energy player for the Dartmouth Bandits. Not gonna enjoy getting that 2 minutes. That's gonna be Sackville ball, no draw.
No, and so what they called, Mitch, was a goal, and the penalty is after the goal. So the goal was good. 2 minutes for cross-checking after, and it will be the Wolves ball because it happened after the goal, which normally would be a face-off. So it will stay with the Wolves.
Good to have the commissioner up here with me because I would have been lost on that one, folks.
I think the commissioner knows all the rules. Sometimes we don't.
I thought you wrote them. Dennis back to Carrigan up top. Kerrigan finds McKay down low. McKay looks back to Kerrigan.
It's a big moment for the Bandits. They got to stop him.
Oh, my. Dennis finds McKay on the quick crease. Just can't get anything on it.
You start to feel the momentum shift a little bit here with those two right now. So,
very true, very true. If the Wolves can manage to pot one here on the power, it would serve them very well.
Got 2 minutes to go in the quarter as well.
And that's the thing, the last 2 minutes of any quarter, you never, ever want to give anything up because it sets the tone for the next quarter.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's going to be big for the Wolves to bear down here. Oh, no. as Steinberg is naked but loses the handle on the crease as he gets a little too cute on the doorstep.
One too many fakes there. One too many fakes.
That's it. Mark Seward with the ball now finds Bouchard in transition. Bouchard up to Carrigan.
1 minute left in that penalty and 1:35 in the period. So Wolves got a big chance here after that turnover.
18 seconds left on the shot clock for the Wolves. Let's see if they can do something here in the last minute and a half of the first. Anthony and Carrigan having a nice little game of catch. Getting that defense to move their feet. Back to Carrigan. Carrigan with the outside rip. Off the bar and out. As it seems like it hit the back. Crossley sends, that's Draper. Oh my.
Wow.
That's Brady Crossley with a beautiful pass to find a streaking Brett Draper. And that man makes no mistake.
You know, that has been the Bandits game since day one. They break before anybody's even moved and already down the floor. You're not going to catch somebody like Brett Draper already going down there on that kind of break. Mitch, we've had 6 goals in this period. There's 1 minute left. And I think 5 of them have come from the defense.
You're not
transition. We were talking about how great this O is. They got to get going on both sides here.
They have looked a little slow-footed. It has been a lot of transition work tonight. And you know, new barn, maybe everybody's getting adjusted. Bouchard comes up with that Lucy and has Malette all over him with a nice little chop. Bouchard is going to wait for help here. Chris Duplessis, a great lacrosse player, finds Carrigan. Carrigan flips it to McKay with 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Waiting for that last member, Anthony, to come out for this power play. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. 8-5 left in the power. As it's going to be even.
Nice save.
Big save.
We got 34 seconds left in the period. This is going to be about their last chance. We're going back to even strength.
Sackville got really lucky with that late shot on a power play. Looks like they had some trouble getting the door open for Bomersine in the penalty box because he would have been sent on a breakaway. You never like taking shots late in shot clocks and late in penalties when they, you know, it can quickly go the other way with that guy leaving the box. Oh, a nice little toe drag by Carrigan gets met by a double by Crossley and Brown. Brown, big hack. Some good mean defense by Keaton Brown in the corner. As we head to the first intermission, a 4-2 ball game between the Dartmouth Bandits and the Sackville Wolves.
Mitch, and I got to say, it's interesting what you talked about Bomber trying to get out of the penalty box there, and that in our league, we don't actually put anybody in the penalty box to open the door, which, you know, when you're not on the side of the timekeepers, often can be a challenge to be able to get that door open as a player with your gloves and everything moving. So you can see kind of the advantage there. You know, the other thing I want to comment on in this period, we got the ECJHL in the playoffs have gone with 3 officials, and we've got Mo, Mike Melvin, and Scott McMullen out there, and I think they've done a pretty good job in the first, letting them play, and you know, not too many penalties, and it's been good back and forth action.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Letting the, you know, you obviously want to set the tone of the final series early, and I think they did set it by letting them play. Yeah. You know, they're going to say, we're going to put our whistles away, we're going to let these kids sort it out themselves.
I mean, that's what you hope in every game, is that you're going to see it decided on the floor, not in that. So Mitch, you know, you've been connected with the Bandits, so I just want to, like, what did you see from the Bandits in the first quarter there?
I saw what's very indicative of a poor warm-up, to be honest. They're a little sluggish, but I firmly believe that they're going to turn this around and show the Bandits, show everybody the Bandits they truly are. Because they are a talented squad. Not that Sackville is not there equally as talented, but I'm just more familiar with the Bandits program.
Yeah, and I'll say, like, on the Sackville side, not that I'm intimately knowledgeable with them, but they've looked a little nervous on offense. They have, you know, their game is that power play and the 5-man set, and it's just been more of a transition, which has been great, but a little nervous. And I think they're going to shake those jitters, but you can see they're in a different barn, and they're just a little unsure at the moment. And so I think if they get that out of them, I know Jay will be in the room with them. And you know, exciting day today for the Wolves is that Kyle Peace is back on the bench, who's been off because of the birth of his first child. So congratulations to Kyle and his wife. I'm not sure she's so happy he's here right now, but we won't say anything more about that. But I know the Wolves are happy to have him back on the bench, and congratulations to both of them. I know it was a really exciting time. I got to see a couple of the last Wolves games, and every game I was like, so is Kyle going to be here? He's like, I'm not actually sure. So it's I know it's really great, and congratulations to them.
You know, we talked a lot about Sackville and what they do have tonight one of the names that they don't have in the lineup is a big one, and that's Mitch Broussard, their former captain. Unfortunately, Mitch had to go under the knife for a knee surgery on August 10th. Not available for here, but hoping he can get back for his Kufla season with the Bishop's Gators.
You know, I was talking to Mitch, just before the surgery, and he will be back. He expects he will be back for the Bishop season, which is really exciting to hear. You know, he's obviously disappointed about this opportunity and having to give that up. But, you know, I got to see Game 3 between the Hurricanes and the Wolves that sent them here, and I'll tell you that the Wolves were motivated by him and being there, and he was as much a leader off the floor and keeping his guys going, and I have no doubt he's in that room talking to them now and keeping them going in a positive light of what they need to do. So, his true leader. It's really sad in his sixth season to see him not be able to finish it off, but, you know, he's still here. He's still here. He's making an impact on this team, whether he's on the floor or not. I mean, it was funny. If you haven't seen Mitch, he's actually on crutches, obviously, because of his surgery. And when they won Game 3, I think he was the first guy over the boards on the floor before anyone else had got off the bench. Mitch was already over there with his crutches and all, and just that excited because it meant that much to him and means that much to everyone. They're a big family in there, and so I'm really proud of him for being here and doing that work.
And yeah, I had the privilege of playing with him in the 2019 President's Cup in Kanawaki, Quebec, and that was the first opportunity I ever really got to see to really see Mitch Broussard, the grown man, play lacrosse. You know, I remember Mitch Broussard as the young man, but now he's a grown man and he can play at that level. You know, a guy that, you know, we should declare for an NLL draft in a year or two. You know, a type of guy that could bring, especially with the expansion we're seeing in the National Lacrosse League, players need to know that there is opportunity out there for them.
You know, and I think Brett Draper has paved the way for a lot of these guys to see that opportunity of playing for the Thunderbirds in the NLL and other places, not just the Thunderbirds.
For sure.
I know Alex Pace was one of the early ones to be able to draft it over there, and Fink was there as well. And but I just Draper having played here for so long. I mean, Pace played here for 1 year and then went away. Which people still know he's running a camp this week. So, giving back
today,
giving back to the game, which is unbelievable. And I just think those people now, seeing people they played against in the NLL playing consistent minutes, getting drafted, going, you know what, I can be that person, right? And I just love seeing Alex Pace and Draper both give back to the players that are here with camps and kind of sessions to get those people to the level, because there's a different level. And you see it. And I remember I coached Pace in field there, and the level that he's at now is just he's taking that extra step, right? And he's trying to share that wisdom with everyone else.
And bringing in guys like Jake McNabb from Owen Sound, who also plays for the Colorado Mammoth. You know, I mean, the opportunity that our kids in Nova Scotia are getting is incredible.
It used to just be Mitch Hannigan. That was the big
That's
thing.
right. It used to be, and I know nothing. As we've got Dartmouth heading from right to left, and the Sackville Wolves from left to right on your screen. Bungay versus Duplessis. Duplessis comes up with the ball. Nope, it's going to be a fair ball picked up by Steinberg. Steinberg brings it to the bench. Finds Draper on the far side. Draper bringing that ball. He's going to find a lane. Oh, my. As he had that short side open up. As Cox playing a game of keep away. Guessed wrong. Steinberg on the right side. All over him is Bouchard. Bouchard with a great hack. Trying to drop that ball loose. Carvery comes over the top with a bounce shot. Great shot. Just skips high.
That's one guy you can't let come over the top. That's where his bread and butter has been for 6 years of his career, right?
And a cannon. A cannon of a shot does Tyson Carvery. Much like his brother. Well, his brother, Trey Carvery, a great lacrosse player, used to bang it up in the inside, whereas Tyson likes that outside shot. McKay with the ball now. Has Carrigan on the left side. He's going to opt to shoot it as Brown eats that up. Brown finds Draper. Draper's going to beat him with his feet. Does he have Carrigan? Nice. And number 11, that's Mark Seward, trips over him. Oh my, Draper with a beautiful spin move, puts it off the crossbar. Bomber picks that up, gets that ball back to Draper. Not mistaken that time, as Draper finds the back of the net.
That's the hat trick, Mitch.
That's the hat
trick before half.
5-2, 13:49 here in the second period.
They say in the finals you got to find that next level, and Draper has already taken that next level, as you can see.
That's a guy that he comes ready. There, you know, we talk about a slow start. That slow start doesn't come from Brett Draper, that's for sure. Bungay Duplessis in the face-off circle. Bungay looks like he got the better half of that one, but Bouchard picks up the loose ball. Bouchard to Duplessis. Duplessis run over at half by Brady Crossley.
And that was a back over there. Perfect time hit when he crossed the line.
Exactly.
Sent him back over, which is a turnover.
McKenna now with the ball all over him is that defender from Sackville as he dumps him into the boards. McKenna gets up. Looks like no harm there. Bouchard starts the ball for Sackville here on the right side. Sorry, left side. He's going to be met by Thomas Davies. Carrigan now with the ball. Keaton Brown on him. Carrigan waiting for help from the bench. Finds Connor Dennis. Connor Dennis steps into one. Beautiful shot as a left mid save by Ashton Brown. Got Nathaniel Wotton doing damage in the corner. McKay with the ball up top. Oh my!
Oh, waved off.
As McKay had Ashton Brown dead to rights. I'm not sure why Brown stayed on his knees that long.
That was a big no call there. Like that would have made it 5-3.
Oh my!
Oh, big turnover.
Big turnover here by number 22. That's Tyler Puma. Big breakaway goal for him earlier in the first period. Puma with the ball again to Carrigan. Carrigan's going to wait for that offensive set to get on the floor.
You know, it's the second time Puma's made that turnover and given the Wolves an opportunity in the offensive end. So I could see, you know, Wolves letting him get a bit more pressure and causing some turnovers.
It's been working Anthony with an outside shot.
We talked about Trey Carvery's shot. Michael Anthony's another one you do not let wind up. He has a heavy shot that's really hard to read for the goalie.
And we've got a 2-goal ball game here in Eastern Shore.
Wolves needed that one. They really needed that one to get back in this one.
And you know, you take that goal away. If that was allowed, you know, we got a 1-goal game right now.
Exactly,
you know, they got to keep. I always tell my players when they're down, you know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, and that's how you get out of the deficit. 1 goal at a time.
Exactly.
You can't think about it.
The last time these guys met, Mitch, the Bandits got out to an 8-goal lead, and in the fourth quarter, the Wolves scored 6 unanswered to make it a close one. So they're used to runs. They can make them.
And I tell you, this Sackville group is a motivated group. They don't like Dartmouth. Dartmouth doesn't like them. And they definitely don't want to see them raise that championship again. Duplessis with the ball now, drags it low on the left side. Bungay pressures, drops that ball, puts the ball on the ground. As Ring picks it up, Anthony. Negative, not Anthony. That is Jordan Whitford. My apologies, Mr. Whitford. As Duplessis battling for a loose ball down low, Carrigan helps him out. Great body position by Chris Duplessis to open up a lane for Carrigan there.
Get a nice reset here, slowing it down.
Perfect.
Smart move by the Wolves.
Good lacrosse, good smart lacrosse by Ben McKay and the Wolves there on the offensive set. Alfie West with 15 seconds on the shot, comes over. Looks like he's going to run something on that 2-man side. Oh,
nice, Brett. Beautiful coverage.
Beautiful slide. Oh, my, Sackville. Zach Carrigan. Another one.
So, Mitch, I got to say, like, I would say that was accidental, but knowing McKay and Carrigan, it's possible. So
the chemistry they have.
There was a dish by Alfie. McKay wound up, missed the net off the glass, and came right to Carrigan in the wide open net. You can't blame Brown for that one. He's expecting not the ball to come out to the other side like that. It just came right to him, and he buried it.
And you know, I haven't seen chemistry like that since like Gavin Quigley, John McDonald, and that Patty Quinn with those Northwest Rebels back in the day were great lacrosse players. Back in Tanner McDonald's day, he gave them some nightmares, our cameraman. Thank you. The video coach for the Dartmouth Bandits helping us out on the stream tonight.
That assist by Ben McKay reminds me of Quigley and his moving around.
Who was very instrumental in the senior championship, the Colby Pool Sharks winning that for the Nova Scotia Senior Lacrosse League.
We'll have to talk a little bit about that at the halftime.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Seward almost takes out Maurice Getz, our referee-in-chief. That might have drawn some cheers and boos. Who knows? Could have gone either way for the crowd here.
Hey, they're saying it doesn't matter who's in our way. We're getting them out, whether it's a ref or a Dartmouth player.
Determination. Kerrigan taking a lane on that left side, tries to find that far post. As Will Hambley with the ball now. A great addition to this transition is Will Hambley. He finds Keaton Brown. Keaton's going to let that change. McKenna steps into one. Oh, Cox. Big stops by Noah Cox. Tries to get that loose ball.
In.
Carrigan on a break. He's got a lane. Oh my, Ashton Brown just gets a piece of it. Keeps that ball out. We're still in a 1-goal game.
That's a huge save there on Carrigan.
Seamus Locke, young gun for the Dartmouth Bandits, coming the other way with speed. Oh my, finds Keaton Brown. Keaton cannot find the back of the net.
End-to-end action. These goalies are standing on their head in a 1-goal game. This is what you got to do.
Run and gun lacrosse as I see this. Sam Cox, Bandit, just comes into the arena after a broken wrist received in the last Dartmouth Bandits game. Good to see him out and about, cheering on his teammates. 15 seconds left here on the shot clock. McKay with the ball. Nice little pick by Anthony. McKay keeps and shoots. Oh my, what a beautiful pickup by Anthony on the Carrigan rebound. Well,
that was
impressive.
I don't even know how he got that and put it off at the same time before he touched the crease.
I'm a little at a loss for words. I hope the camera picked that up because it was sharp.
It came right off the goalie. He moved his stick to get it and then just threw it before he touched the crease because he had no other option.
Oh my, McKenna as he breaks in for a shot on Cox.
Got some action in front of the net there.
Looks like Bomber doing his routine as trying to get a call to go for the Bandits' way.
That's Rylan Baird from the Wolves. He isn't taking that in front either.
And he's a big boy, that Rylan.
He is a big boy.
Draper with the ball for the Bandits now. Over to Dakota Morrissey. Dakota finds a top with a behind-the-back pass to nobody.
Expected a roll there and didn't happen.
Exactly, as wires got crossed between him and Jordy McKenna.
It's interesting, like the Wolves looked a little out of sorts there at 5-2, but they've started that run like Lacrosse is, and the Bandits are looking a little out of sorts on the O right now.
I tell you, it's
back and forth game
runs.
here, back and forth game. Both goalies making some huge saves. Keep them in it.
Yep, for sure. Alfie West with the ball now on the right side. Finds McKay down low. 1-cutter, 2-cutter, back to Alfie West. Alfie West steps into one, can't find the net. As Keaton Brown might have a breakaway here. He cannot come up with the loose ball. And we're going to get a
they're calling over and back there. Is what they're calling. He definitely went over and back, but they gave Seamus the chance to get it. When he wasn't able to do it, he blew it down, so make sure Dartmouth
I like that, letting them play, at least the attempt. Steinberg to Matt Wilson. Matt Wilson getting his first touches of the game tonight. Over to trainer McCulloch. McCulloch gets that pass picked off by Bouchard. We've got a one-on-one Bouchard versus trainer McCulloch. And he finds the bench, does Bouchard. And Ben McKay getting stopped by Ashton Brown. A beautiful save here to keep this a 1-goal game. Keep that lead.
I don't think Dartmouth hustled off there, and the Wolves caught him on that one. That's an un-Dartmouth-like.
Well, you can't be caught sleeping, especially with this long change. And the long change twice in the 4 quarters is always a tough adjustment for these young lacrosse players. Brett Draper in the middle of a 1-on-3 somehow picks it off, and it's going the other way. Nathaniel Wotton on a breakaway. Here we see it. Wotton scores! Oh my! Nathaniel Wotton in a playoff game and a beautiful breakaway goal.
And whose name starts that again? Brett Draper. Right? There's a 3-on-1 from the Wolves there. Another pickoff on the defensive side, and just doing, play in the middle. He picked that pass off without any problems, and immediately looks up the floor, moves it up to Wotton, who's wide open, and he made no mistake on that one. Top corner. I've noticed they've been really finding a hole there on the stick side, top shelf. They've had quite a few on that side there.
I tell you, a lot of Bandits have seen that shot from Wotton in practice, but I don't think too many have seen that in a game. And it was a beautiful goal for the defenseman.
Well, we'll just say he was saving it up for the finals, but I'm sure they're all right with that.
That's right. As Wotton is really a heart and soul guy on that Bandits roster. Duplessis with the ball now for the Sackville Wolves. Speaking of heart and soul, Duplessis, an assistant captain for the Wolves, a great lacrosse player, tough as nails is Duplessis.
And a football quarterback.
That's right.
Talk about leadership.
I tell you. Kerrigan now with the ball. Finds Duplessis on the crease. Duplessis can't find the handle. And Brown's going to set that up. Brown, a tough pass for Steinberg. He goes far. Steinberg finds Bomber cutting. Bomber cannot.
You can call him Steinberger. That's all right.
That's right. I've called him worse to his face.
I don't think there's a kid on this floor we haven't called worse to their face.
That's true. But at least it was to their face. Duplessis. Bomber trying to look for Duplessis, trying to get some energy out of him. Carrigan. Keaton Brown defending. Can't find McKay.
Nobody sees it.
Yeah, Jordy McKenna is going to pick this ball up for the Bandits here. We got a 2-on-2. Jordan doing the right thing, getting to his right side of the floor. McKenna with pressure on back. Oh, Cox with a big save. We've got Wolves pick up that loose ball. Oh my goodness, I'm choking over my words here in this warm Eastern Shore arena.
It's a hot one. It's the different seasons. That's how it goes.
That is the
So
truth.
Duggan's got the ball there. Starting it up in the offense. They only got 14 seconds. Wolves got to hurry a bit here. Duggan on the inside.
Duggan with the rip coming off that hot Nelson tournament that he had in New Brunswick there. What did I hear on the news? It was the first time that was awarded in 180 some years or something?
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. It's impressive. I mean, obviously before our times, and pretty crazy to see male and female finals, Nova Scotia 1 versus Nova Scotia 2, right? That's our Canada Games teams getting ready. It says a lot for the work that's been going on in Nova Scotia by, a lot of those senior guys, and I definitely got to give a shout out to KJ and all the work he's been doing.
You cannot mention Lacrosse Nova Scotia and not mention KJ.
Exactly.
I mean, the guy is heart and soul. He puts all the effort. Definitely the right guy for that spot. As we have Malette tied up with Zach Carrigan.
That's Carrigan, yeah. He's trying to get under his skin.
Sackville's not going to want that to happen too often. As Malette.
It's a way to get Carrigan off his game, though.
And that's the guy to do it. Chris Malette is one tough kid.
He's a tough one.
I say
nice
kid. He's
there.
a 22-year-old grown man, but
We're still calling him kid.
He's a kid to me. Brown tries to send it down, but it's actually picked off. Malette finds the broken ball.
A little high there.
As we have a little sloppiness back and
Going
forth.
back.
Nobody can
Hot
really.
potato, Mitch. Hot potato.
That's
Nobody
it.
wants it.
That's it. Don't pick me is what they're saying. As we have 24. That is Ryland Baird. We've spoken about already tonight.
We always look at the score sheet to see what number 24 is, but Ryland's the tallest guy out there. You think we should have that worked out?
I know. He's a skinny one, though.
He is.
I have to get some meat on those bones in Sackville. Oh, a nice shot by Ryland. Oh, and a beautiful
Jack Dulong right in front, grabbing that rebound. Wow.
what a quick stick by Jack DeLong.
Nice save by Ashton Brown in the net there.
Great job. Yep.
Keeping it 6-4 with 4 minutes to go. That could have been a huge one right there.
Oh, Anthony steps into it. Carrigan picks up that loose ball, and he's going to find it. Carrigan gets buried in the crease, and for some reason, Carrigan knew he was in the crease. Maurice Getz missed that call.
Well, I think he didn't have the ball, but if he picks it up, he's through the crease and picks it up. That's why I think Carrigan didn't pick it up.
I thought he
but
dropped it.
He might have had it when he went in. It's hard to tell from our angle,
it's a
but
tough angle.
I think Maurice was calling it as if the ball he didn't have the ball, but if he does pick it up, he's the next one to get it. So
I like that. I'll take that, but I would play the whistle before I drop that ball. In my case,
with the way the Bandits transition is going, I'd probably pick it up too and make sure that doesn't happen.
Exactly. Pick that up. Maybe throw it in the corner. Take the 2 minutes.
Not sure about the 2 minutes on that
Just
one, but
joking. I'd never actually say that. Duplessis working it on that left side. All over him is Thomas Davies.
Right on him, Davies. Beautiful defense there.
Great defender is Thomas Davies.
Some hustle there by Duplessis. Finding Carrigan in the corner. Running out of time though.
Oh, nope.
That's a 30 right there. That was some hard work by Duplessis there, but couldn't find the open man to be able to get it off. I know Carrigan, I think Carrigan had 5 more seconds there. He might have been able to come out from behind the net.
What I could do with 5 more seconds, Smitty. That's the story of my lacrosse career.
McCarvey at the top.
Tyson with so much athleticism.
He loves that one hand. Eh?
Oh my God, it makes it look easy. And
he does.
It's so hard to do. Bouchard with the ball now for the Wolves as they've got a number situation.
They're slowing it down. Bouchard has played field long enough that he's used to the long pole that he always drops it off to the O guy. No question. We were talking to his dad on the way in. He said he has 1 goal. I think that's the only time I've seen him go to the net on it. And
you know what? I'll take responsible defense over anything.
100%.
All day,
100%.
all night.
That was Connor Dennis with a quick stick there in the corner and just missed the side of the net. Would have been a nice goal right there. Connor's been known for that with the Warriors, getting down low and taking that quick stick.
Oh, yeah.
And trying to find him.
Just a fantastic lacrosse player through and through. Just getting some nice.
You got Puma coming up again.
Feedback. Oh, Tyler Puma just misses the net.
Puma, I think he hit the post there. No, sorry, he missed the net. Over and back. That's the third time Puma has taken up the ball and created an opportunity for the Wolves. I think they got to start giving it to him in the defensive end and letting them bring it up.
You know, why fix what's not broken? Puma is creating opportunities for these Wolves. Steinberg flips it to Bomber down to Wilson. Wilson's going to swing that over to Jordy McKenna. A beautiful pick by Morrissey. Just can't be found by McKenna. McKenna finds Steinberg on the far side. And we've got a moving pick by 88.
That's only the second moving pick called in the whole game, and they got 2 minutes left in the half.
Uncharacteristic, but much appreciated. We're getting some playoff lacrosse here.
Exactly.
Carrigan with the ball for the Wolves.
Both teams playing so hard, too.
Well, it's all across the board. The reffing's been great so far. The players are all giving it. That's all you can ask for playoff lacrosse. I love it.
I also love the best of 3 series in that. This game, this matters. Like, this is like almost,
for sure.
You know what I mean?
You can't take a night off in a 3-game series. Simon Lasseline dropping the shoulder and runs over Ty Wheatley as the big defender.
Got 3 Wolves on him and can't get the ball.
Is eating up some time here as he's going to find a lane and try to get that ball over to Dalton Brown. Dalton can't handle it as it's in their feet. Picked up by Steinberg. Steinberg can't get the ball through as Duggan gets a body limb on it, I believe, and comes up with the loose ball. Oh, my.
You see, they're calling for, I'm not sure what the call is here, either cross-check. Obviously, the Dartmouth fans are not happy about that, feel he had the ball, but he's calling him for a rough there. I think he got him, got a little aggressive on him, so he called him for the rough.
We didn't have a great angle on that one, but it didn't look good from our angle. Like, I'm not shocked that there wasn't something on that, but
I will say that, like, I felt like the player was facing the glass a little bit, got a little shove there. You know, there's the risk of injury too in those kind of situations, but everybody's up and good. I know the Bandits aren't happy about it with the call, but you know, it is what it is.
Exactly.
You got to kill off 2 minutes, and it's 6-4 with 1 minute to go. So they're just giving the goalies a water break here. I mean, it's as Mitch pointed out, it is hot in here, and so we're giving the goalies a little extra water break so that they can do this. But I wasn't totally surprised with the 2 minute call on that. You know, it's reasonable. I can understand why the Bandits are upset. I can understand why the Wolves are happy. So
totally agree.
You're not going to have both sides happy on a call. So.
And anytime you see a player's numbers, you can expect to get called and anything like that. As we Sackville settling into this power play, 50 seconds to work with left in the second quarter.
I think the Wolves are 0 for 4 in the power play. They got to get something going.
So. Oh, my.
Just as I say that,
Out of the mouth of Smitty.
The top goal scorer, Zach Carrigan, goes behind the pick so that Brown can't see the shot and goes around the outside and puts it right off his pad and in. That was absolutely beautifully done. 40 seconds left, exactly when they needed it.
One thing you said, Smitty, there is he hid the ball from Ashton Brown, the goalie. I always tell young lacrosse players, you have to break that sight line if you're going to get these goalies to move. You can't let them see it. If a goalie can see that shot coming from the blue line, he should save it. They should save it.
It's interesting you say that. I always used to tell young players when they come in with the colored mesh, you do know that everybody can see where the ball is in your stick, right? So exactly right. Kerrigan slid right behind that pick in front of him and then just rifled it off of that. We're going in again. Seward gets a loose ball.
Oh, my. Beautiful defense by Tyson Carvery, getting a great stick on him. Truly disrupted.
You got a D guy going in and you got an O guy coming back. Making their work.
The roles reversed as Tyson Carvery getting a little shift on D. As we have a timeout for the Dartmouth Bandits with 7 seconds left in a 1-goal half.
You can see Steinberg there looking at the ref going, are you serious? I was like totally going for that shot right there, but that's a timeout. You got to go talk to your coach about that one.
That's right, one. Yeah, you might want to bring that up with Coach McKeeve and Coach McMillan.
He was just like, man, I was right there. Like, I was about to put that in. How could you do that to me?
It's great to see 2 young, former Junior A Bandits behind the bench in Tom McKeefe and Shane McMillan doing a great job with the Dartmouth Bandits this year.
You know, it's always great to see players that have played with this team give back. You know, you got Jay and Kyle on the other side.
Exactly.
I mean, this is what it's about. If we want to grow this game, we need people to give back to the game, from, you know, playing to coaching to officiating to helping out. And exactly what we talked about with Draper and Pace and what they're doing right now, right? Everybody's got something to give, and it's great to have that happen. I heard Pace was coaching, was it 14U for the Hurricanes this year?
That's right, 14U. Alex Pace doing a great job there. A tough start to the season. but I know he's got them dialed in, ready to go for their playoffs that they just went through.
So at the half here, that's the end of the half, and it's 6-5 for the Bandits going into the half. And Mitch, it's funny you say that. When I was growing up, I lived in Ontario, and I used to go to all the Toronto Rock games. And a lot of the NLL players used to, like, that was their summer job. And so one of the players I always remember watching was Jim the Scoop Veltman.
Oh,
of course. And Jim was a PE teacher, and he was actually a substitute. We always would dream of, like, man, imagine tomorrow if Jim Veltman was our teacher. Can you imagine those 14-year-olds going on the bench and going, Alex Pace is our coach?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, what? Like, I don't know. They're probably off to a slow start because they were shocked that he was their coach and just loving every minute of listening to him.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Like, and I mean, social media is so important for these kids and developing and growing the Northern Torch brand for Alex Pace and Jake McNabb. And, you know, to see these kids, to see that what they're doing in these videos is fantastic. Like, they're getting not only just good, pertinent lacrosse information, they're getting it from the best, you know. And it reminds me of a story. I was telling this story the other night at senior lacrosse of it was way before emails were right in the palm of our hand. And Colin Doyle was in Halifax doing one of the Colin Doyle camps. And my father had tried to get me in late, and we weren't sure if I was on the registration, so I didn't show up. And then all of a sudden, I get a call the Monday after the camp saying, "Where were you at the camp? They called your name. You should have been there." And I was so disappointed. But these kids are getting this opportunity every summer from here on out.
Mitch, you being late for something? I've never seen that happen before.
I ain't late for a game, that's for sure.
You know, I just wanted to talk a little bit. Oh, we got, so, you know, during the intermission, we're going to keep going here. We got a 10-minute break, but we actually want to bring in a special guest. Mitch, do you want to introduce our special guest?
Yeah, former Dartmouth Bandit and Eastern Shore Breakers coach Greg Nussey is going to join us for a quick chat as we get him set up here with the headphones and the mic.
How you doing, Mitch?
Great to have you, Nussey. It's a pleasure. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Doing well.
So you're doing some great things down the shore with the boys down here. Well, let us know.
So I'm coaching the U14 Breakers right now. We're currently in the tail end of our season. We have 2 games left.
Perfect.
Things have been going well so far.
Yeah. And you, I have to say, this is a fantastic rink you got here. It seems like John Fry's doing great things here in Eastern Shore. What do you think is the future of lacrosse in Eastern Shore? You expect to have a junior program down the shore someday?
I'm hoping so. I think we're looking at the future right here. This game today shows that we have the capabilities of hosting junior caliber games. I think with the current players we have and the development we have with some of our younger programs, the U10, the U12 programs, I definitely think there is a case to be made for a junior program in Eastern Shore.
I love hearing that, and the players that have come out of this program. I mean, in the Czech Republic, you know, what do you think? How important has the Thunderbirds been to the development of lacrosse Nova Scotia?
The Thunderbirds have been huge for the development of lacrosse in Eastern Shore and all of Nova Scotia. I think that from what I've heard, registration has gone up all around the province due to the Thunderbirds. And unfortunately, we had that canceled season. But I'm hoping this year that things are good to go and the Thunderbirds are able to play and help boost registration across the province. Kids have that those role models now to look up to and something to aspire to. And I think they can see themselves playing for that team one day.
I couldn't agree with you more. I could not agree with you more. Product from Gatesbrook, the pride of Gatesbrook, just down the street. And it's great to see him. I had the pleasure of coaching him a very little bit. Humble kid, typical shore boy, great lacrosse player. What do you know about Trainer?
Trainer's a great kid. I've been coaching him since 2011, I think was our first introduction. Coached him a bit in 2018. And like you said, he's the pride of Eastern Shore. He's a great kid, works hard, humble, loves the game, wants to be out there all the time. And I think he showcased his abilities this weekend at the Nelson Cup in New Brunswick, winning MVP of the tournament.
Absolutely.
And playing extremely well. I think Eastern Shore should be proud to have someone like Trainer representing their program out there.
And an interesting thing about Trainer is Trainer's not Dartmouth's property next year. Trainer has to go back in that draft. He's going to be a highly, highly sought-after piece. But I got to say, if you're Dartmouth Bandits, you don't want to let him go either. You got to try to trade up or something.
No team would, or Dartmouth would not want to give up Trainer right now. I think the way he's been playing, a lot of the teams have their eyes on him. Dartmouth will be lucky to have him next year.
Exactly that. And Nussey, just before we let you go, you made a great point earlier. We had that canceled season. A lot of us, we had a lot of momentum with the Thunderbirds coming in, but I have to say that we were all snuffed out at the same time. So hopefully we can keep that flame going and everything once we finally get back to normal and get those vaccination rates up. And into that phase 5, maybe we can get back to normal and everything like that. Thank you so much for joining us, Nussey. It was a pleasure. Take care, brother.
Thank you very much, Mitch.
Thank you.
Pleasure being here.
Till next time. We are going to take a quick break, and we will be back in just under 4 minutes for the third quarter. We are back with 2.5 minutes here before the third quarter starts.
It was great to have Greg over here, Greg Nussey, talking. What a great kid.
Talk about it. And that's exactly it. Not only is he a great lacrosse player, he's a great great person, and I'm sure those U14 are in good hands with Greg Nussey. Yeah, I've never seen so many crease dives where the guy is just sliding across the floor on his head. Yeah, impressive things I've seen him do. And funny enough, his draft class was filled with great lacrosse players of that Ryan Daly. But, we had first overall draft pick that year, and it took about 5 minutes of me seeing him play high school lacrosse to know that Greg Nussey was my number 1 draft pick.
I'm disappointed it took you 5 minutes. I figure after about a minute you would know it was Nussey.
That was 3 seconds of saying yes and 4 minutes and 57 seconds of telling Luke Parker that Greg Nussey's the best.
I figured it took you 4 minutes till he touched the ball, and you're like, oh yeah, that's the guy after that.
That's exactly it.
So what do you think of the first half there, Mitch?
A great half. We got a 1-goal spread. Dartmouth has to come ready because Sackville is coming with momentum. They looked great in that first half. They were down 4 at one point. I think that was a 6-2
they were down 4
game.
at one point, yeah.
And, now we're
6-5.
one bite, and that apple is even.
Is the Wolves offense started to pick it up there. We got that last one by Carrigan there over the screen was huge,
and
making it a 1-goal game. The power play started moving. The both offenses have been moving. They just can't quite find the back of the net yet, but I think it's going to come, and they're getting really good chances. So, and the defense is really picking it up on transition in both ends. Like the transition goals have been unbelievable.
Well, Tyler Puma for the Wolves has been. We can't say his name enough tonight. He's looked great.
It's just been unbelievable.
When the ball is in his stick, he creates opportunities. That's exactly it.
These face-offs, Mitch, are interesting. Is that Duplessis and Bungay going at it, 2 face-off guys, and it's almost become outside of the face-off and who gets the loose ball. There's a couple times I've seen either side, I thought, win it, but actually the other side come up with it. So, it's definitely been a battle between the other 4 guys as well as part of this face-off, not just the 2 of them in the middle, which is amazing to see.
And interesting to see, Dalton Brown usually takes some draws for the Dartmouth Bandits, has not taken one yet tonight.
That's true, he hasn't. Usually he is their draw guy.
Usually he is. They were splitting time, him and Bungay, earlier in the season. But Chris Bungay is just so good on the defensive side of the ball. If you lose that ball, if he loses that draw, it is more beneficial to have a guy like Bungay over a guy like Dalton, who's an offensive guy. Great offensive player, but an offensive guy who...
And also when you're in the finals, you got to go with the hot guy, right?
You do.
If Bungay's
100%.
winning the draws, you got to keep going with him.
Exactly. This is Junior A after all. Bomber with the ball on the right side. Has Tyson Carvery alone up top. Looks him off. Takes a shot. Cox eats that up, but a big rebound. Matt Wilson's going to pick that up. Wilson to Carvery on the left side. Tyson comes over top. Looks over to Bomber. Bomber drags that ball down low for the Bandits. Down behind the net. Tries to come backward. Seward's going to shut that down on him. And he's just going to pin him to the boards and eat up that shot clock.
He read that right away.
Oh, beautifully, beautifully he read that. As it looks like we have
calling a trap. They're saying it's trapped against his body and turned the ball over to the Wolves. Great defense by Seward and Broussard, just talking to each other and making sure nobody gets open.
Exactly, and just read that beautifully. Knew he had him trapped behind the net because he's useless on the other side of the floor. His wrong side, you can't do anything on that wrong side. Mark Seward knows that Bomersine's going to try to get back to his proper side, and he just shuts that lane down. Carrigan with an outside rip, and we have an even game. 6-6 here in the Shore as Carrigan.
You know, we talked about Tyson's outside shot. We got one on the other side, too. Zach Carrigan can definitely hit that, and that's his second one from the outside, back-to-back. Ended the second with it and opens the third to knot this game at 6, only with 14 minutes to go in the third. So Wolves right back in it. You see some life on their bench now, eh? They start to come alive.
Playoff lacrosse, there's nothing better. Duplessis Bungay set to take the draw. Both work, ball up, 50-50 ball. Steinberg gets that ball. He's got Dakota on. Dakota-Bomersine looks him off. Clocks with a big save. Unfortunately, Bouchard was looking at a bouncing ball. You cannot look at loose balls at Junior A. You gotta scoop those up.
You gotta go get it.
Any opportunity, and Dakota-Morrissey did just that. Morrissey over to Wilson. Wilson tries to find Steinberg down low as it's picked up by number 22, Tyler Puma. We've said that name enough times tonight. Puma.
It's going to be etched in your mindset, isn't it, Mitch?
Finds Carrigan back up top. Carrigan waits for the offensive set. Duggan pushes that ball down low to McKay.
I think you got to go to Carrigan again. That's two
Carrigan's got the hot stick. Absolutely. Not that they would come. Oh, my goodness. As Jordan McKenna tries to send Keaton Brown down on a breakaway, Carrigan puts the burners on and catches him. And he's going to make that beautifully.
Wow, what a defensive play there by Carrigan. Getting back, covering that off, because Keaton was alone. I actually thought he was going to get it and walk out of the corner, but he didn't even get it. Carrigan made sure there wasn't getting the ball.
That was all body position, and that was just heads-up lacrosse by Carrigan on that loose ball play.
You know, this year they've actually used Carrigan in a bit of a transition position as well.
Shot.
He's actually gone back a couple times and created some opportunities out of it.
That was a big shot there by number 23 in Mike Anthony. He's had a couple great opportunities tonight. He even found the back of the net, if I'm not mistaken.
He has. And anybody watching, there wasn't back over there because it went off the goalie. So if you hit the goalie, it's obviously not back over because the possession is open there.
Goalie or pipe, correct?
Correct, goalie or pipe. Or another player, I guess.
Fair enough, yeah. Connor Dennis tries to find McKay down low. McKay picks up the Lucy. 5 seconds time to work. Alfie West sets the screen. McKay, a worm burner along the floor. Just gets picked up.
You can see Brown's trip a little bit there on that. I wasn't expecting that one coming out.
No, it's an underutilized shot in today's game, that burner that just rolls. McKenna finding Wilson down low. Wilson brings that ball up top to Tyson Carvery. Tyson, a beautiful, beautiful outside shot. And what was beautiful about that is, myself included, I got a great lane. It looked like Carvery was looking for that far post, brings that ball back across Cox's body, and he scores that goal low short side. That's a tough shot to stop and a tough shot to make. Great.
You could see that Coxie was moving the other way on that one, away from it, assuming it was going outside, and he definitely brought it right back into his body. Tyson has that move that he does, and he just pulled it off right there. Again, we talked about some great offenses and great shooters, and I think the nerves has gone away, and all of a sudden we're finding the best of the best coming out on the O now. So this is going to be an exciting half.
Exactly. Everybody's settling in. We're getting into lacrosse. Sets the tone for the rest of the series. Carvery still with the ball, dragging that low, finds Dakota Morrissey up top. Dakota waiting for a screen. Oh, a nice little, a beautiful little screen by Tyson Carvery. Opens up a lane for Dakota Morrissey with a great outside shot. They are finding success on the short side of Cox tonight.
Yeah, and you see no on that one, went right to his defense, said, my bad, guys, my bad. I got it. I got it after that, so I think it's going to be tougher after this one. The Wolves need to rebound after this. Is a game of runs. It's what it is, right?
And you know what? That's the most important thing is egoless lacrosse. If your defense can look at you and you say, boys, that's my bad, I'll get the next one, you know that they're going to work hard for you out there.
Every one of those defenders went and tapped his pad, so we got you, don't worry.
It's when you start saying, hey, that was your fault. That's when teams start collapsing on each other.
Exactly.
The Wolves showing their strength and their unity already. Draper, Carrigan all over him. Draper gets it over half, right in front of the Wolves
pressure
bench.
there, killed 10 seconds off that 30.
Carvery now. Carvery has been red hot in this third quarter. Trainer McCulloch opens up a lane for him. Oh, nice. Beautiful defense by Ian Connors getting in that shooting lane, making it a tough shot for Carvery. Duplessis pushing that ball out of the crease. Keaton Brown on his tail.
Keaton Brown, another guy who's played out in Ontario.
Yeah, Keaton Brown works, he's spent 2 or 3 years with the Orangeville program.
I think it was 2.
2. And, you know, he's wearing a letter for the Dartmouth Bandits, big mean defense back there. It's good to see that. Oh, my.
Mitch, I hate to ask this question. Is there a Bandits defenseman that's not big and mean?
No.
I was about to say, I think that's how you breed them.
I was going to say, there's a couple guys that you might say, but no, they're still pretty big. And that's the thing is, even if they're not, they play big.
Exactly.
And that's what you need. Steinberg passing his feet. An uncharacteristic bad pass by Jordy McKenna. Steinberg comes up with it. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Working it in the corner. Nice little pick by Locke. Oh, and that's going to be off the pipe and out. Because it was behind the goal line, that's going to be
somebody's down there.
Oh, my.
Seaward's by him. I don't know who that is.
As Carta-Bomersine is
Bomber?
clutching an area you don't want to clutch. As it looks like.
I got to say, I didn't see that over there.
I had no, my head was turned the other way. I did not.
I know that there was Bomber over there, and there was Seaward, and Seaward went off, and Bomber's down. So obviously the officials didn't see it either because there's no call. Or
I believe Carta-Bomersine's making his own call with that motioning that he may have gotten speared, but no call there.
Glad to see him get up though. At least.
Absolutely.
Just gonna walk it off. Hey, the best way to get even is always to stay on the scoreboard, right?
That's it, exactly right, Smitty. There's no good. You can't take penalties in the playoffs, so you got to put them up on the board somehow. We are.
Looks like he's going to be okay. He walked off under his own power, so that's great to see.
And these two teams are well taken care of with Gaetan Tremblay Sr. and Chris Clark taking care of these athletes. Very great for these two organizations. I know that means the world for these athletes, and they can play so hard because of the work that Gaetan, Chris do for both teams respectively. We got a 2. Oh my! Keaton Brown was thinking addition to McKenna. Looks him off, says, I got this one. Let me widen that gap to a 3-goal lead.
2-on-2 situation there, and just muscled his way in there and took that bounce shot and got by him.
I must say this, from a goalie standpoint, 99 times out of 100, I want that force passed on a 2-on-1 situation. Just because there's so much that can go wrong when you force that pass, even if they're skilled players. Whereas Keaton Brown had all that time to work with it. You know, you got to try to force that on that situation. But a 2-on-2 situation is a little different. You want to play it a little more honestly.
Yep.
Carrigan comes up with that draw. As you're absolutely right, Duplessis and Bungay have been spitting the balls out 50-50 tonight.
We got Ben setting up the offense here. Wolves want to get the next one for sure, but another turnover.
Without question. 3 goals unanswered. You're going to look to change the momentum very quickly. Duplessis 1-on-4 against some tough D. He gets put on the ground. Gets up slowly, but he's moving towards the bench. Bungay with the ball now for the Dartmouth Bandits to Dakota Morrissey. Morrissey taking it wide on the left side. He's waiting for a nice little pick from trainer McCulloch. Pick comes. Oh, a nice little roll.
That's some interference in the middle there.
Yeah, it looks like Dalton Brown came in a little too hard. Ian Connors drawing that, I don't know if they called that a moving pick or what.
Offensive charge?
Offensive, yeah, something. Whatever they wanted to call it, but who knows. McKay with the ball now. Nice little pick by Anthony. I keep saying Ring. He's no longer with the Wolves organization. I have no idea why I keep saying that.
Earlier you called...
oh wow.
My! Okay.
A beautiful pass from the X position behind the net by Zach Carrigan to find Ben McKay.
No, other way around. That was actually Ben that found Zach for his 4th right in front of the net, and not a lot of room, and just quick sticked it right in the top corner before Brown could even turn around. We talked about Ben McKay and running the offense through him. It really creates open opportunities for Carrigan and Dennis and those others on the left side to get wide open. You saw it there. The defense turned around and looked at McKay, and Carrigan came right down, and Ben put it in his stick, and he made no mistake of that. That's his fourth today, fourth.
And to fix that, to counteract that, like I always like when a defender doesn't follow the player behind the net, but comes to the crossbar. So you are both there, so if that pass spits out, at least you got traffic in front of the net.
It seemed like the Bandits' defense there kind of just,
Let them work.
They saw there was 5 seconds left, and they're like, oh, we're going to run out of time. And Carrigan just sprint from the top was wide open.
Exactly. You got to play the whistles.
Exactly.
Carrigan picks that ball up at half. 2 goals.
So he said I think he said the last 4 goals for the Wolves.
Really? Yeah, jeez. Last 4.
Big players come out to play in the big games.
That's exactly it. Keeps things exciting.
We've had Draper and Carrigan both getting some big goals tonight.
Absolutely. Oh, my. As Carrigan again. My goodness, he cannot miss as he draws a 5th goal of the night.
He is not going to be stopped tonight. He is not going to be stopped tonight. That makes it 9-8 now with 7:15 to go in the third. Carrigan has 5 now tonight. I got to say, I was really interested to see how Carrigan would do in this game and in Game 3 without Burchard. I mean, they've been together for 5 years. Mm-hmm. This is the first time they haven't, and I haven't seen anything less from Carrigan. It's been the same player there, and so he's just found a new mesh with Dennis, it seems like, on that side and working the ball.
It just goes to show you how good players are going to find a way. They're going to find a way, and I expect nothing less. Especially what sucks is the Wolves knew this was coming. This was a surgery scheduled all season. They knew they were going to miss a big player, so they had to prepare, and it looks like they did because they are certainly looking great tonight.
Well, the pickup of Connor Dennis to fill out that left side, as we said earlier, and then just making sure there's that chemistry with the players that are still there on the left side.
Definitely, and adding a guy like Connor Dennis only makes you a better lacrosse team.
Nice roll inside there, taking that shot.
Duggan laid into by Keaton Brown. Yes, we have a whistle going. Looks like a shot clock violation.
That was a shot clock violation. Duggan took the shot and obviously got knocked off there, and then just couldn't. Alfie had it, but it's only 1 second left on the clock. He couldn't do much with it.
Gotcha. McKenna over to Steinberg. Steinberg looking for Morrissey, finds him. Morrissey up top with Duggan. Nice little pick by Locke. Opens the lane, but Bouchard fills it. Bouchard not giving him that beautiful lane. Great work by Bouchard, the Sackville Wolf captain.
That was a nice slide by Ian Connors there from the middle to be able to help out on Morrissey so he didn't get anywhere.
Absolutely. Helping D. I always say that, you cannot be too proud to call for help on D because defense is a team game. These kids sometimes don't like the help call, but
6 people back there on defense, including the goalie, and they all got to be part of it.
That's it. McKenna with the ball over to Steinberg. Steinberg. Good to see Bomber back out on the floor after the injury, as he's gonna as I say, he's gonna get 2 minutes for holding the stick. He's an energy guy, but sometimes that energy is misused. Let's say. As Carta-Bomersine's going to get a 2 minute for holding the stick.
Yep.
As he was clutching that in a chicken wing.
Part of the playoffs is about keeping your emotions in check because you're on that high and you're on the edge and you want to stay on the edge. But when you cross that line, that's when you get penalties and turnovers and mistakes. So it's all about staying on that line. So.
Controlled aggression. Finding that line, not crossing it.
It's a scary time. We got 5:42 left in a 9-8 game, and the Wolves are going back to the power play where they've had some luck here in the in the second half. So
yeah, definitely a tale of two halves. That first half, they'll let their power play slip a little bit. I think they went 0 for 4 to start, but since then it's been potent and finding holes in the Ashton Brown, the Dartmouth goalie. Sackville, full 30 seconds. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Sackville moving the ball around the perimeter. McKay to Anthony. Anthony to Carrigan. Carrigan sits and waits over to Anthony. Anthony steps in. A beautiful block by Nathaniel Wotton. Picked up and dished to Draper. Draper comes in. Oh my!
Big save by Noah Cox there. Big save.
Love that. Noah Cox coming alive here in the third. As Sackville almost loses the ball on a chin strap play. As Ty Wheatley.
The fans there were arguing that his chin strap was off, but he got rid of the ball and went straight off.
That's it. Smart. Heads up.
He had
across
Draper
by
all
Ty
over him.
Wheatley.
He wasn't holding that ball anymore.
No.
Carrigan was right there to be able to help bounce. It's all good.
Oh, my. Steps in.
That was Whitford there. Unable to get it around. Duplessis, they got the loose ball. Duplessis has it.
Whitford coming over in that Anthony ring trade between Mi'kmaq Warriors. As we've got some confusion here.
They called a reset, believing that the Bandits had control. I don't think the Bandits agree with that statement, but it is what it is. It's a reset, so the power play is going to go back out there.
I see the 30 stands, or the 30 refs we have in the stands made that call.
They actually made the other call.
That's right. Not the 3 on the floor.
The 30 in the stands said it was no reset, and it was Brandon's ball.
As that ball comes all the way back down to Cox. And McKenna, get out of your crease, Noah, as you only have 5 seconds.
He was close there.
That was very tight. That's why but they found a way to get that up to McKay.
Mitchie, if that was you, you would have run it all the way down the floor.
100%. I do like to do my best Ricky Peters impressions anytime I can. Chris Malette's going to come up with that loose ball for the Bandits with Duplessis in tow. Nice little Rusty Gate attempt. Oh my, as Duplessis looks like he's going to take a high sticking penalty.
You're right, he's going to get 2 minutes for high sticking there.
Oh my, Malette working inside, almost finds the back of that mesh.
Malette gives him an extra shove after.
Chris Malette's not the type of guy that lets other people fight his battles. He definitely wants to go have a word with Chris Duplessis. As I believe that they have met in fisticuffs before.
Once or twice.
But two grown men that can handle their business and often do.
This is an interesting one now. You know, the Wolves have kind of got the momentum back with some goals by Carrigan and a power play, and now they're going to go on the short man. Now, interesting that the Wolves play the diamond.
I was just going to say
You'll see taking away the top shooters and kind of leaving the crease open a little bit more. You can see the Bandits are going directly at the crease guys.
You know, it's hard. A diamond is a nice thing to throw at a team if they're not familiar.
Well, I got to say, you got Jordan McKenna and Draper up top.
Exactly.
I might throw the diamond just because I don't want them shooting the ball.
It's exactly it. You know,
Draper just rifled one from the top off the bar and out, so it's going to stay with the Bandits. But wow, I don't know if Noah even saw that one.
No, Wilson to Bomber. Bomber up top to Draper. Draper steps in, misses the net just briefly. Alex Bichard moving that ball up. Bomber.
Oh, that was a big whack.
Sends a big one-handed slash.
Oh, you got him on the second one.
And that's the line. I believe that he once found the line, and now he has crossed it as he's going to go for 2 or more.
I think the ref the first time said that was enough, and then this was all right. I warned you the first time.
Yeah, and that's all you can ask for.
So there's 55 seconds left in the Wolves penalty. They're going to try to rag this ball for the whole 50 seconds to get their man out of the box and go back to the power play.
And you'll actually notice that they're not going to pull Noah Cox right now. That's why. Because if they were to pull Noah Cox, the 30 seconds would have to start running.
Exactly.
So
smart move by the Wolves to leave him in there so they can kill the penalty time.
That's exactly it. A veteran move by a veteran coach. Veteran coaches Titchmarsh, Peace, and even Cody Marsh down there. It's
Michael
great to
Anthony
see
holding that ball and just going between the Bandits.
Good for Anthony.
Up and down.
Not giving them anything. And that's exactly smart defense there by Will Hambley, not taking anything extra.
That ball's down.
Looks like a slash. Right.
That was earlier. We saw the slash. I think everybody in the stands, including us, called that one.
That is true.
We got 2 minutes for slashing. Now, just on that, the Wolves just killed off about 30 seconds of that penalty. There's only 19 seconds left in their penalty. And then they're going to go to the power play, and they're going to start with the ball. So I'm betting they're going to hold this for probably most of that time and then be able to go in after that.
That's true. They might try to do something early, or they're going to wait that 19. Might try to get that early reset, see if they can't get 2 opportunities.
I feel like they're missing somebody on the floor, though.
They definitely are.
Wolves only have 3 out there for some reason. Oh, there we go. There's
Alfie
the 4th.
West coming in late.
Somebody missed the signal on the bench. You're supposed to go.
My goodness, Carrigan has definitely found where he likes to shoot on Ashton Brown, as he is really set up in that what would be a face-off dot. we'll call that his office so far through 3 quarters, as he has been very effective from there.
He's got that 3/4 sidearm that just, it's hard to pick up. It's
Hard
kinda
to read, for
Similar
sure.
than Tyson's, that you can't quite tell if it's going inside, outside, high or low. And, playing field, he's got that 3/4 shot that changes the plane, and it's really hard to pick up as a goalie.
Exactly, and that 3/4 shot, hard to tell if it's going to come bouncing. It's just so hard to read, especially off of the screen. As we have Dalton Brown, I think, eating up some time for the Dartmouth Bandits.
Wolves are on the power play right now.
As they have a double all over them. A beautiful slash by number 2.
Wolves got it, but it's got loose again, and Dalton got it back. You can hear the crowd getting excited over here in the Dartmouth section.
And the ball's on the ground.
And finally got it. Ryland Barry picks it up, and he's going to take it down. He's got a 1-on-1, but I'm sure he's going to slow it down here.
That's
Smart
right. He's
move,
on the wrong side of his floor. He's
Exactly.
a smarter lacrosse player than that. As Carrigan tries a little flip. And that was disrupted by Draper.
Oh, tried to sneak that one on the far side. The Wolves do that. That's the end of the third there. That kind of caught us a little bit. I wasn't expecting that little time left, actually.
That's exactly it. As we have a little dust-up between Malette and Carrigan at the end of the 3rd quarter. As we have
They separated them pretty quick.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
Everybody wants to see those two guys play the rest of this game. Nobody wants to see them out of this.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Chris Malette is a joy to watch on the defensive end. He plays mean D, much like the rest of the Dartmouth Bandits. And Zach Carrigan, clearly, you do not want him taking it. You don't want him off the floor at all tonight if you're the Sackville Wolves.
He's probably missed 2 shifts all night.
Yes. And that was probably just he needed a break. He needed a little water.
Exactly. He's disrupted some on defense. He had that huge play with Dalton Brown where he beat him to the ball.
That's
and
exactly
ended up getting it. He's done all ends. It's 9-8. It's unbelievable game here going into the 4th. For anybody who doesn't know, in the ECDHL this year, we, again, closer to the NLL, go with 4 quarters. So we'll be going into the 4th quarter, and the teams are battling hard here, and this is gonna be an unbelievable 4th. Mitch, I got to say, this game has lived up to the hype that it was supposed to be, a game of runs back and forth. Nobody's really had each team has had an advantage where they look like they're going to run away with it, and then the other team came right back and just said, no, that's not happening tonight.
Exactly. It's been back and forth all night. I love it. There's a lot of people that, in that dressing room, in the Dartmouth Bandits dressing room, that think that their name's already on the trophy. And Sackville is here to say no. And
interesting that the Sackville Wolves have never actually won the Garnet Knight Trophy, but they look like they've been there many times tonight, as you've seen them step up and be down a couple times and come back. So I think that's really important to see. So that's all part of it for sure. So
exactly.
So, yeah. So Mitch, I wanted to ask you a little bit, now that we got like a little bit of 3-minute intermission here. Last night, for those who don't know, Mitch Hannigan is the Deputy Commissioner of the ECJHL, but he's also the Commissioner of our Senior Nova Scotia Lacrosse League. And last night was your Game 2 finals, which actually ended it. You talked earlier about the Colby Sharks taking it, but I was watching on Instagram a little bit for an unbelievable game, 9-9 going into overtime. I do got to blame Mitch a little bit. I was watching I wasn't at the game because we have limited spectators, as everybody knows, in Nova Scotia, and I was watching the Instagram post, and I got the 9-9 we're going to overtime, and then I didn't get for 3 hours later who won. So anyway, it's all part of it, but I just want to know the opening post. I know that the league has done a lot to recognize some people of the past that have grown the game in Nova Scotia, and I just wanted you to talk a little bit about last night. I mean, a tear came to my eye when I saw it, so I wanted you to have a little chat about it.
I really appreciate that, Smitty. Thank you very much. I just moved back from Ontario. I was approached by some of the senior teams and offered the senior commissioner position, and the first thing that came to my attention was a realignment of our trophies, and that was the first one was changing that trophy, that senior trophy, to the Fink Cup for Wayne Fink, who we lost in November of this year. Not only has him and his wife and his family had such an impact on lacrosse in Nova Scotia, they were our only lacrosse supplier for many, many years at Diadnac Lacrosse on the Bedford Highway. Spent many a time in what was not a lot of square feet, and I knew every square. I saw every poster, especially Wayne in his Montreal Quebecois or Caribou jersey, the Quebecois jersey. It's just, it was a pleasure for me because that made me want to play lacrosse in Quebec, and that's where I went to play junior back when Quebec was up and coming in the lacrosse game. It was a nice way to spend a couple summers. But last night it was the best senior lacrosse game that's been played in this province in a long time. The Colby Pool Sharks versus the Twin City Arrows. It was all Pool Sharks until about the early, maybe late second. The Arrows started to claw back, and then all of a sudden, it's the last 8 minutes, and we're in a 1-goal, 2-goal game, and all of a sudden the Arrows take the lead, and back and forth, and finally, after 2 overtimes, the Colby Pool Sharks ended it on a John McDonald goal off of a big shot. The rebound spit out, and Joe Martin played great. John McDonald picked that ball up, found it, not to be outdone by John Boutin, the coach, one of the coaches of the Bandits, played great in nets for the Colby Pool Sharks. They were all thanking me for the job I did, but I had to thank them after the game because it was fantastic to see that type of caliber. And it's not hard to see when you know where they came from. They came from this junior league. They just haven't had necessarily the organizational structure that they needed, and hopefully that we've provided that. Marty Stevens, the coach of the St. Margaret's Bay Rebels as well, Deputy Commissioner of the Nova Scotia Senior Lacrosse League, doing a great job.
Yeah, and I want to say that it was an unbelievable game last night. And I only got to see it through Instagram, so I couldn't even imagine being there. But what a night to acknowledge Wayne. All those players would have been touched by Wayne in some way, from Adenac Lacrosse to the Rockingham School, who would have had it there. And the moment that was big to me was seeing a picture on the opening face-off with 3 generations of the Finks all there. Mitch was there himself, and that's just awesome to acknowledge that. And I think Wayne would have been proud of that game and how it turned out. So unbelievable work by yourself and that, to acknowledge some of the people that have grown the game here. I think it means a lot to all of them, and I'm sure you've had a lot of praise over it. So great job in building that league and send it in the right direction. Social media has been awesome. So I know we'll see a lot of these guys playing there. Whoa, catch up.
Interrupting Smitty's beautiful story with a nice attempt on net. Cox turns that away. Thank you so much for that. Nice words, Smitty. I appreciate that. Bouchard with the ball on the left side for the Wolves. Finds Anthony. Now to Dennis up top. Dennis steps in for a shot. Back to Anthony. Anthony and Dennis playing catch. Back to Anthony. Oh my, as an ill-timed shot as whoever Bomber was coming out of the penalty box. Davies picks that ball up, and they have numbers. 2 defensemen on a 2-on-1. Davies keeps and shoots, gets the rebound back though. So he's going to turn that around and wait for the offensive set to get in. Draper with the ball now for the Bandits. Kicked by Wilson. Draper dishes to Wilson. Can't find up with it. Speaking of Matt Wilson, got his first little taste of senior this year, getting to play with his cousin, Jody Gorman, a longtime friend of the senior league. Great to have Jody back in the league. Talented North End lacrosse player. And we have
I haven't heard that name in a while. It's great to have him back in.
It is really,
That's awesome.
and you know what? He looked like he didn't miss much time. The offensive prowess of Jody was still there for sure. Oh my.
Draper breaking in. Got Noah moving away from the short side, and he slid it down. I think it was remembering the earlier chance when he came in and he went far side. Noah moved away from that inside post thinking he was going outside, and Draper definitely slid it down the inside post. Nice move by Draper there to go down the side.
And that's one thing I always tell young goalies is abandoning your short side is your last resort. You always want to hug that post tight, and push off, explode from that post if they're going far side. But that's one habit I don't like to have is make sure I got no gaps on that short side.
Great for Draper to remember that from earlier. Make sure he did the opposite move this time.
Exactly. Heads up lacrosse by heads up lacrosse players,
So we're at 10-8 with 13:30 to go in the fourth quarter here.
Bandits win that face-off. Oh my.
2 quick ones to start this period. Outside shot just under the glove on a bouncer there.
I am not quite sure if that was Brown or Steinberg that ended up getting it. Oh, judging by the high fives, I think that's Keaton Brown.
27.
That's him. Good on him to get on the score sheet. Is that his second of the night?
I think that's his second. He had that break when it was 2-on-2.
Right, yes, and he looked off Jordy McKenna.
Which you said that you would definitely make him pass the ball. I would say the same, except it was Jordy McKenna. I would probably not have him shooting on me, but hey, whatever.
That is right. Bungay doing a great job in the face-off circle for the Bandits. Draper.
This is the Bandits' quarter. They've been very strong in the fourth, and the Wolves got to get back in this one.
Steinberg with a nice attempt at a crease dive. Unfortunately, does not come up with anything. Ian Connors pushing the ball up for Sackville to Carrigan. Carrigan with the hot stick. Finds a streaking McKay. But McKay cannot find the handle. And it's going to be a Dartmouth ball. Draper looking far. Decides to keep it and push it up with his feet, as he often does. Draper finds Locke out of the bench. Seamus Locke having a great season as an underager. Oh, he steps into a big cannon from the outside. And that's going to reset, go out of bounds. And we got a new 30 for the Dartmouth Bandits. Bomersine with the ball now. Finds Dalton Brown in front of the net. Oh my! As with a one-handed, a little he finds the back of the net.
That was impressive. Holding the defender off with one hand and getting it down low on the glove hand side again. Getting it nice and low is Dalton Brown there with a big goal. Making it a 4-goal spread again. 12-8 on that. Wow.
And that goes to show you the discrepancy in this league. We got 15-year-olds and 22-year-olds. There is a huge physiological gap between 15-year-olds and 22-year-olds. So, these 15-year-olds that are making impacts in this league are animals. They're talented athletes.
There's a huge gap, and it's been amazing to see the number of 15-year-olds. And Seamus was at the Nelson Cup this weekend.
Yep.
Big part of it. He actually sat out the final round robin game with a hurt hand, but ended up playing the semis against New Brunswick and the final against Nova Scotia. So he had a great tournament.
Don't say that too loud for the Sackville Wolves.
The Wolves can't hear me. The Wolves can't hear me. I mean, somebody might have recorded it and tell them later.
Carrigan, oh my. Finds a lane, but Keaton Brown with a quick stick breaks that up. Steinberg drops the ball in transition. Looks like he gets that back with a streaking Wotton. Oh, but aware is the Sackville
by the Wolves.
Good communication on the back end. Bouchard pushing the ball here on the left side. He's going to wait for the bench help from the Wolves. He finds it in Anthony.
I think that's Whitford.
Sorry, Whitford. That 20 and 23 look awfully the same. Even though one's a lefty, one's a righty. Carrigan finds.
Tries to find Whitford low. Oh, that ball's gotten loose by the ball. Dartmouth's going in.
Bungay. Oh my, nice take by Bungay.
Save.
Picked up loose ball by McKenna. Off the rebound. Hits Bungay. Bungay can't come up with it again. It's a white ball. We have a 2-on-2 situation.
Noah needed that save there.
Yes, he did. That's a statement save right now. That keeps that game within 4.
He's been struggling a bit at the start of this, and he needed that save, and I think it's built his confidence a bit there.
For sure. He's a fantastic goalie. Oh my, good stop there by Brown. Ryland can't come up with it. Bomersine on the defensive side. He's going to take an offensive stretch here. Carrigan turns on the Jets again. A nice little behind-the-back attempt by Bomber. Great job by Carrigan getting back. He really knows how to turn on the Jets when he has to.
That was a big defensive play right there, because they could go up by 5 without Carrigan coming back on that one.
That's exactly right. Duggan with the ball now. Finds help in Alfie West on the 3-man side. West finds Duggan in front. Duggan alone. Oh, tries to stretch. Nice job by Simon Lasseline to get back on D. Makes him pay for taking that shot. Duggan, he's been pushed around quite a bit tonight. Not a backward step in him. Tough as nails is 1-5 for Sackville. Even though he's on the smaller side. Does not play it.
So Mitch, while the Bandits are setting up, I do have to remind you, it's no longer Sackville, actually. It's just Wolves Lacrosse.
Oh, touche.
Yes, since they've taken over the Bedford area, majority of it, they've changed their names to just the Wolves.
My apologies.
As we're remembering history, that was part of it.
That's exactly it. Duggan again with the ball. Waits for help from the bench. Anthony now with the ball. He's going to drag that ball low, finds McKay. McKay with the big Wotton in front of him. Wotton gets a stick on that loose ball, or on that pass. Wotton cannot come up with it. Ben McKay is going to get this ball for, the Wolves. And he dumps that down low to Carrigan all alone. Oh, just misses the net.
1 second on that shot clock. He had a chance there. Mitch, I also just want to acknowledge, I don't think Connor Dennis is up on the bench. I think he's sitting there on the side there in the middle, because Whitford has been out, and the left has always been short. So
I will say this. I don't think Connor Dennis started the game with his knee taped. And then all of a sudden I saw him with his knee taped. I did not want to mention that, but
I mentioned the Seamus thing, so we're even.
That's right. I'm not sure if he's having issues tonight. And I know he's been battling injuries all season. As Dartmouth turns that ball around, we've got Brett Draper and Brady Crossley on a 2-on-1. Draper takes it himself, and he finds, it's wiped out by Scott McMullen, the referee.
Calling crease on that. Calling crease, no goal. That's a big no goal.
That it is.
Did you notice how Crossley pulled up and said, there's no way I'm taking that from Draper?
That's exactly it. Brady called his own number on that one and said, no, thank you. Brady, an important part of the defense, and he can find the back of the net, but I must say.
When you got an NL draft pick coming with you,
exactly
you're like, no, we're good.
Looks like we have another through the crease in the direction of the ball. It's going to be Bandits ball.
I also know from the Warriors that Connor has had some pretty hurt ribs, so I don't know if that was part of the reason he's out, but I haven't seen him back on the floor yet, so we'll see if he ends up coming out in this fourth.
An important piece they would love to have
100%.
Late in this game. Great save by Cox. It's going the other way. Seward cannot handle the pass.
You know, Mitch, I got to say the floor has held up very well for the Heat. Actually.
I agree. We have not seen anybody slipping. And really, the floors that are great in this city, we were in the Spry Dome, the Spryfield Lions Den arena there, and the floor was great last night, held up through 5 periods.
Wow, nice.
And, it's a testament to the rink staff. We can't play this game on a dusty floor, a bad floor, and they're taking care of us this season.
Oh, this is Puma again. Puma's got the ball for the Wolves.
As he's going to take it to the hoop. Oh my. As a one-on-one
that one
with Jordan
started
McKenna.
bouncing behind him there. He wasn't sure about that.
That's exactly right.
We got 7:30 to go in a 12-8 game here.
Bungay with the ball for the Bandits now.
Bandits are definitely using that whole 30.
He is a smart lacrosse player.
But
he makes a mistake there. As Ty Wheatley comes up with it, but actually drew a penalty. As it looks like the Wolves are going to go.
I don't know what that was there.
Penalty kill.
Did you see that one?
So, I kind of think that it was the Bungay hit, but I'm not sure if that's what he called. And the only reason I think so was it was on the numbers.
He gave him 4.
So he did, okay. So he gave him from behind then.
It's the first 4 of the night. It's a big call with 7:12 to go.
And a tough time for, I know that they tend to call it more so when it's near boards or a post. You can't anytime you see those numbers, you cannot expect to be hitting people. McKenna with the ball now for the Bandits. Oh my, finds Bomber on the crease. Bomber can't handle it. Wilson comes up with it. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Finds Morrissey on the crease. Morrissey gets shut down. Nice stop there by Cox. Seward's going to run this out for the Wolves. Looking for help. Cannot find it. Throws up a Hail Mary for Bouchard. And that's not
coming off the bench, though.
No. That's a tough one there. You always want to make those balls at least a 50-50 ball for your player. Draper now with the ball, pushing it up on the right side. 20 seconds left to work for the Bandits. Draper down low to Bomber. Bomber back over to Dakota on the crease. Dakota tries to find Wilson.
Nice tip there by Bouchard.
Exactly. Bouchard, such a tenacious defender.
Tips it again and gets the loose.
He's used to working with the long pole. That's why. Taking the hacks might draw a penalty too, as Matt Wilson was all over that backhand. Still is. Nice feed to Carrigan in the middle, but Carrigan.
Nice. Brown up to the test in that one.
Great stop by Brown as a.
Carrigan just came right off the bench and Bouchard found him with the bounce pass.
It was beautiful. A streaking Carrigan from Bouchard. Carrigan now with the ball.
He doesn't make a mistake twice. This time he's going to bury it. Mitch, this is so interesting right now. And in the last time these two met, the Wolves were up by 8. The Bandits were up by 8, and the Wolves scored 6 shorthanded goals. And that's one. They're still short for 2:30, and it's 12-9 with 5:47 to go. So, the Wolves don't have a problem scoring shorthanded, that's for sure.
That's exactly right. 3 bites left, and this is a tie ball game. 5:47 left. Can the Wolves pull it out? We've got Bungay and Duplessis here again. Sorry, that's Seward taking the draw for Sackville. not Duplessis. Draper.
Wanted to get their short staff out there. Seward has taken draws, kind of like Keaton Brown. They both got two draw guys there.
And I totally agree with that play. Like, yeah, I mean, if you might as well get your whole PK unit out there if you got a guy who can take the draws. McKenna over to Draper. Draper loses it. Wilson picks that up. 15 seconds to work. Wilson to McKenna. McKenna steps in. Oh, my, a beautiful
Nice
little
stop.
pump fake. Then he pulls it over.
Noah has rebounded from that the last 4 minutes. He's been solid.
I tell you this, the best quality a goaltender can have is a short memory.
Exactly, and he's done very well.
That's exactly it. Shaking it off, making the next save. Noah Cox keeping his team here. As Thomas Davies picks up that ball for the Bandits, he's going to make the responsible choice and turn around, wait for help in Keaton Brown. Oh, that looked like a little extracurricular activities between Davies.
Just say a good thing we're not the officials. Then.
Yeah, and Tyler Puma. As that looked like a little bit of a, oh my, a beautiful quick stick from Dakota Morrissey via the Jordan McKenna pass. That was pretty slick.
As we talked about earlier, in the diamonds, you know, you're cutting off the three top guys from the outside, but leaving that crease open, meaning your goalie's got to be quick and your bottom man has to shove over quickly. Mm-hmm. But with quick sticks, it can get there. And as you can see, the Wolves couldn't get over there fast enough, leaving Dakota open and just buried it right in behind Noah Cox. So that extends the lead back over to 4. That actually clears off the penalty, so 4:42 to go in a 12-9 game. So we'll see how the Wolves rebound on this one.
Perfect. Bungay, Seward taking the draw again. I'm not sure if Duplessis is maybe a little banged up right now, as I don't see him on the bench.
Well, that could be interesting. We haven't seen Connor Dennis out there, and Duplessis down too. Could be two guys. That would be tough.
And it looks like Tyler.
Oh, look at that.
My. Ben McKay.
Wow. So Seward goes out and takes the draw and wins it down to the end when you got Carrigan fighting for it and works across to Ben McKay, who buries it in the back of the net past Ashton Brown, and the Wolves respond very quickly to that goal. So that's probably less than 12 seconds there. They put that in the back of the net. It's 12:29 left. And it's now 12-9. 12-9. They're making it. Oh, sorry, 12. Sorry, we're getting the score right now. It's 13-10. It was 12-9 in the scoreboard, and then they end up giving both sides one there. So we got 13-10 with 4:29 to go in the fourth.
Bungay and Seward battling it again. Seward gets it over to Carrigan.
Seward has, in all three of his faceoffs, has knocked the ball out and then just hit it to one of his guys. Well played. Well played.
Exactly. I mean, whatever works. I mean, that's the interesting thing about draws.
Carrigan just rang, I think, both boats on that one.
I tell you, at least two, maybe a third. Alfie West starting the ball here for the Wolves. As he pushes it up, has Bouchard on the left side. Bouchard's going to cut to the middle. Ben McKay with that ball on the right side. Has Draper in tow. A beautiful slash by the NLL draft pick.
Oh, calling interference down on the crease there. Little extracurricular. Was that on Carrigan there?
That was on Carrigan, and that's you do not want to take calls like that in a tight game like this.
Carrigan was looking for McKay streaking in there on the far side. Nice look.
Mm-hmm. Anthony now with the ball over to Bouchard.
They got Bouchard out on O. They got a couple guys down.
Can do it all, yeah. Carrigan over the top. Oh my, finds a hole but can't find the net.
Oh, we got
some extra. Oh,
Carrigan and a couple others. They got some face mask grabbing here. I think they only got the Bandit in that one.
Yeah, attaboy. Good job, Zach Carrigan, to maintain his composure. That's a smart kid right there. Not buying into that.
Drawing the 2. You're down by 3 minutes. Go to the power play. You can't do it any better than that.
No, exactly right. Smart play by the veteran Wolf. And looks like we're going to get some...
They're giving the goalie a water break here. I just saw that. They called both there. Noah says, I'm fine. Noah's done this for a while. I'm good.
Yeah.
So you go to the power play again. You've got Bouchard out there, defensive player. So Duplessis and Connor Dennis must be done for the night.
I agree, yeah. But I don't hate it because Bouchard's been great all night. Like, I mean, he may not be the finesse guy, but he's going to be the guy that works hard for you. He's going to set those picks. He's going to muck it up for you.
Oh, Dennis just walked out. There's Dennis. His knee is taped now.
Yeah, and that's more tape than it was last time. So it looks like he went back for more
You can see
work.
a little hobble there,
Yep.
but he's going to come out. He's a shooter. He's a player.
Is.
This is his 6th year too, right?
Exactly.
His first shot at the championship, so the Wolves are going to call a timeout there.
I like that play. Great little call by Jay to get everything set up and then call the timeout. Gives him an extra little breath.
With short offensive guys, he needs more of a break. So taking that water break, he was probably a little upset that no one didn't come get some water to say, I need you to call another one. But then taking the timeout so that he gets another minute to talk to his team. It's a big power play, Mitch. They got to get one here. They have to get one. So a big one here would put them within 2 with little time left, but enough time to be able to even this up.
And like you said, in a 3-game series, every game counts. I mean, we've got 3.5 minutes left in this one. What can the Wolves accomplish in that?
Well, you look at a 3-game series here. Either Bandits are going to Sackville on Wednesday, going to win this out, or the Wolves are going home to finish it off. So either way, someone's going to finish it off, and that's a tough situation to be in. So
you do not want your back against the wall in this series.
So you've got Bouchard down low. You've got Connor Dennis up top on the left-hand side. Michael Anthony high and Ben McKay low with Carrigan in the middle is what they're coming out with.
I'd love to see Bouchard run something here, open up that left side for Dennis and Carrigan. That'd be really sharp. A guy who's not used to being on that power play in this situation for sure late in the game.
They gave him a C for a reason, right?
Exactly that. And not only did they give it to him, the captain gave him that C.
Oh
my, beautiful
Dennis to
cross-crease
McKay
work.
looking for that. It was there, Mitch. It was there.
That it
Brown
was.
made a nice save.
Anthony starts the ball off for the Wolves here.
Dennis is calling for it. He wants this
That's
one.
it. He's hungry.
Yeah.
Dennis steps into one. Oh, my. And a beautiful seal there by Bouchard.
That
The
top corner
defensive
was right
threat.
there.
It was.
He didn't hit it, but let me tell you, that was open. We had that lane right there. You could see right. Mitch even kind of started to jump there. I'm like, oh, it's open.
I was making the call. But I tell you, that's maybe a situation where you take 5% off that shot.
Yeah. Well, and it went over and back, which hurts them too, because now they're going to rag the ball.
Yeah, and guys like Tyson Carvery Steinberg, they've been doing this a lot this season. They're used to killing penalties, and they've gotten pretty good at it. As Seamus Locke is wide open up
1:15
top.
left in the penalty. They're not even going to try to take a shot here. They need to kill this off.
That is heads up lacrosse by Luke Steinberg.
Time is more important than anything here.
Exactly that. And young Seamus Locke trying to kill some time here. As he does, Tyson Carvery's going to have to get over half to help him. As he does, great work there by the young lefty. And he gets that ball to that right side.
Underager out there with less than 2:30 to go in a huge game.
Talk about
and pulling it out.
composure.
That's where you have confidence and trust in all of your players on that bench, right?
That's exactly it. And I won't be shocked to see that kid playing out in Ontario sometime soon in the near future. And he's not the only one out on this floor that will be, I'm sure.
There's quite a few of them, I think, that are going to find their way there.
As the Wolves push the ball here, Carrigan has the ball with speed. Jordan McKenna makes it hard on Ashton Brown.
That slipped through. He had
Closes
a chance there.
the wickets on it just quick. Yeah, that was squeaking through. It's Brett Draper's
I didn't see what happened in the corner there, but the Bandits have come out with the ball, and Draper's just going to kill us off. Not 8 seconds left in the power play.
1 minute and 30 seconds left in the fourth and final quarter here from the lovely Eastern Shore Arena.
We're even now, Mitch, back to 5-on-5.
Perfect. Carvery with the ball now for the Bandits. Carvery comes over the top, finds Bomber down on the right side. Bomber tries to get McKenna in the middle, can't find it. Rylan Baird, looks like he was tripped there by the Bandit coming out.
Ran into each other, we'll say.
Mid-floor collision.
This is interesting. I watching the NLL for years, you see the Bandits working it around, taking these shots. Why not just hold it for 30 and roll it in the corner? There's less than a minute left. They don't even have 3 possessions.
So I often think, especially late in the game, I often think in shot clocks. Like, hey, we have 2 shot clocks left. And I agree with you on that one. Even to work the ball around for 30 seconds and then just bury it in the goalie's leg pads. Like, try to get something.
So the interesting thing about taking the shot is that there's the opportunity for the turnover in the fast break.
For sure.
You roll it in the corner that no one's there,
Ooh,
right?
A big block by Brady Crossley.
That hit someone on the way in. That didn't make it all the way in there.
No.
Carrigan wound up on that, went off Brady Crossley and out, so the Wolves are going to keep the ball.
Anthony's
Anthony's
now
going
cross
across.
crease to Carrigan. Or sorry,
That's
Bouchard.
Bouchard. Trying to find Ben McKay low, but was picked off. Oh, they had the goalie out.
Oh, Malette now.
Malette with the wide open net, buries it there. 32 seconds left. That's going to seal it for the Bandits there, going at 14-10. Malette with the pick-off there and the pass to McKay. Sprinted down the floor with no goalie and found that opening.
Yeah, you can't really blame them for that. I mean, it's the last minute in a finals game. You got to pull early. You gotta give yourself every opportunity.
And the Wolves got to go for it, right? Like
Exactly.
that pass, I know it got picked off, but if it goes through, Ben is wide open on the crease, right? So you got to be aggressive when you're down by 3 in those kind of situations.
Yeah.
So 32 seconds left.
What's the difference from 13-0 or 13-10 to 14-10?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, you got to go for it.
In the finals, the best of 3, a win is a win. That's all
Exactly
that matters.
that.
Doesn't
Alfie
matter
West.
how much it is.
West with the ball now for the Wolves. He's going to pull out. Negative. Still there. Takes a shot. Cannot find the net. Keaton Brown's going to pick that ball up and slow it down a bit for the Bandits. No, he's going to lose that ball at half. Bouchard turns it the other way. Keaton Brown sending a vicious slash Bouchard's way. Another touch up from Carta-Bomersine. And that is the ball game as the Dartmouth Bandits take game 1 14-10. And we're heading back to the Sackville Arena for game 2. That's going to be a good one, right, Smitty?
It's going to be great. Wednesday night, 7:30 from the Sackville Arena. You and me will be calling that one again, I think, and be another exciting one. The Wolves are going to have their backs against the wall, which they did in Game 3 in the last series, and Bandits looking to close out what would be their 5th title, which would be an ECJHL record in a row, and trying to finish that one off.
I will always say, I always love that, what's the most dangerous animal? It's an injured one. And right now the Wolves are injured, all right? Their back's against the wall. It's do or die for them Wednesday. They got to come ready to play, and I'm going to be excited to watch that one.
Yeah, I'll say, how many times in this game were, the Bandits up by 3 or 4, and it seemed like it was over, and the Wolves found a way to come back and tie it up or make it within 1, and so they're a never-say-die team, and I know Jay and Kyle are going to have that team ready to go for Wednesday night to even this series and send it to 3, and, I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't mind seeing Game 3 of this series.
If it's
pretty
like
good
this,
2 teams that I'd love to see.
3 games like this, sign me up.
Yeah, and another exciting thing on Wednesday night, number 1, the trophy's going to be in the building no matter what happens. But also we're going to open the night with some awards from the ECJHL, so get to acknowledge some of the award winners from this year, which is going to be really awesome. So Mitch, I want to thank you for tonight. It's been an honor. It's been great. I think we've had a great time here, and looking forward to Wednesday night.
Thank you very much, Smitty. And from everybody at the East Coast Junior Lacrosse League, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you Wednesday.